Guys, the United Kingdom has issued a travel advisory to its citizens in Nigeria. Now take a look at this headline. It says, UK issues fresh travel warning over worsening insecurity in Nigeria. Lists 20 states as unsafe. The United Kingdom is saying more than half of the Nigerian states are unsafe for its citizens. So guys, that tells you there is no leadership on ground. Now let's move to the US. Trump is gaining more support from congressmen and women to bring troops on the ground to strike the hideouts of, terrorists in Nigeria and all that. Recently, I gave you guys an update, and now we have a fresh update like you can see here. This is from Gary Palmer, and it says the targeted killing of Christians in Nigeria is not just persecution, it is a violation of human rights that borders on genocide. The United Nations failure to intervene has allowed this to continue for far too long. Thankfully, President Trump is not allowing the United States to turn a blind eye. I am proud to stand with our brothers and sisters in Christ by co-sponsoring Rep. Raimo's resolution to condemn this violent act. So he's going to be supporting Raimo's proposal, because Trump has told Raimo to come up with a plan and on how to tackle all this and submit it, and that they are going to be acting quickly. We already know that more support, Trump has gained more support. Like you can see, this senator from Alabama, Senator Tuberville, says he would support Trump's troop going into Nigeria. The troops should come into Nigeria. And this is also one of the congressmen. He wrote here on his website saying, House Value Action Team commends President Trump's leadership and calls for an end of Christian persecution in Nigeria. This is a congressman, Robert Adderholt. That is his website, and this is what he wrote there. And then you can see this is coming from the US government website, and it says condemning persecution of Christians in Nigeria and standing ready to support President Trump in taking decisive action to end the existential threats that persecuted Christians face in Nigeria. This is coming from a government website from the US. So guys, this is massive. This is huge support that Trump is gaining across the United States of America, because guess what? This menace has to stop. Now, so many people have been calling out all this, whether it's a genocide, it's not a genocide, and all that. I'm just going to allow you look at how TVC analyst has reacted to this. Just take your time and watch this video from Babatunde Otito. Just take your time and listen for yourself and see what he has got to say about the genocide, happening in Nigeria. Now, people are now admitting, that even the pastor of Redeem has come out to say that Tinubu should beg Trump to wait for 100 days, and that he should use the remaining 99 days to flush out these terrorists. We are happy that he came out finally to speak, because people have been saying that Nigerian leaders, Christian leaders, have been so silent. But let me just allow you to take a look at this and let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Now take a look.
Let's move to the next topic, which is the General Overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, that's RCCG, Pastor Enoch Adeboye, urged President Bola Tinubu to act swiftly, wisely, and diplomatically in addressing the growing concerns about the alleged Christian genocide in Nigeria, that he should find a way to convince the President Trump to delay his actions for about 100 days, and then come home and tell our security chiefs to get rid of these terrorists within 90 days or resign. Mikhail, is the General Overseer suggesting that America would make real a threat?
Nobody at this stage can say with finality that this is what Trump will eventually do. Because in Trump, you are dealing with an unusual kind of president. Somebody who changed the Ministry of Defense to Ministry of War. Have you ever seen a president call the Defense Ministry of War? So Trump is not your usual your
President.
usual regular Joe, whom you can predict his actions. And he's been talking about this for more than 8 years. For at least 8 years, he's been talking about this. So he's kind of fixated on that matter. He believes that those statistics that indicated that terrorism-related deaths in Nigeria are more than 80% of I mean, that terrorism-related deaths linked to Christians. Some statistics that Trump got indicate that more than 80% of those deaths happened in Nigeria. So he believes those statistics, and he's the sort of person that once he believes in something, it's difficult to convince. So he's convinced himself that Christians are being mindlessly killed. Remember, he confronted former President Buhari on this same matter when Buhari visited him in the US. So the next few days, I expect the Nigerian authorities to continue their diplomatic push for a resolution of this matter through the diplomatic back channels that they've been using. Somebody told me that our president has spoken with another prominent president to try and reach Donald Trump on his behalf. I don't know how far this is true, but I don't even think it's a bad idea. The president has spoken to another president of a big nation to talk to Trump on his behalf and try to explain these things. So, but let's not rule anything out. Let's not tell us that, he will not bomb any part of Nigeria. He's not at war with Nigeria. He's at war. He wants to go to war with the bandits, with the terrorists, killing people in our country, killing, in his words, Christians in our country. And we hear that the War Department is already, they've identified sites where they can drop bombs and all that. So it all depends. If he makes up his mind that they should do it, then there will be some limited strikes carried out in some of those flashpoints. But what we are saying is that if he wants to do that, he should do it in partnership with Nigerian Armed Forces, not to unilaterally come into a sovereign nation and be dropping bombs. He came into Pakistan, is an ally of the US, but they went into Pakistan and took out Osama bin Laden without telling the Pakistani authorities. So Pakistan is a nuclear power. If they can go to that extent with a nuclear power, I can understand how Pastor Adeboye is feeling that, look, they can come here. No one should rule that out. And I think that it makes no sense to rule out the possibility of airstrikes being conducted in our country by Donald Trump. But what we are saying is, we are a sovereign nation. America can offer us support to exterminate these non-state actors who are killing our people, but America should not unilaterally carry this out. For example, if they unilaterally carry out this kind of airstrikes and it kills innocent people here, just as it happened when they attacked Libya in the 90s, when they attacked Libya. Remember, they killed innocent people died in the process. So that's why Pastor Adeboye say, look, continue to pursue diplomacy, and he say move fast, move diplomatically, move wisely. We must take note of the fact that if America should attack us, China is not coming to defend us. Russia will not come to defend us. All the so-called world leaders will talk. They will condemn what America has done in the strongest terms. That's all they will do. Britain is not going to come and help us. No other foreign power will come to our aid. And he said, this is not a time to argue. It's not some people are dying. I agree absolutely about the boy on this. Even during journalist hangout yesterday and the day before yesterday, I still made the point that arguing that, oh, more Muslims have been killed or more Christians have been killed in a nation where terrorists, bandits are killing people recklessly the way they are doing makes no sense. We have to unite as a nation. We must admit that we have a big problem that our leaders have failed woefully to address over the years. Killing people, more than 200 people in one day, on Christmas Day in Plateau State 2 years ago. And after that, they've launched other attacks in that state. Such mass killing of people should not be happening. I don't know anywhere else in the world where people will just be killing innocent people the way they kill them in Nigeria. But in spite of that, I cannot support a foreign forces coming into our country to drop bombs here and there. No. What I will support is for us to find a way to work with those countries that are prepared to help us to defeat terror, not to unilaterally come and drop bombs. It humiliates us as a country, a sovereign nation, for another country to come and just drop bombs here and there in our country. And it's happening in the past when America got involved in the crisis in Somalia. The insurgents eventually dropped a Black Hawk military helicopter of the US. It landed in enemy territory and the pilot was dragged through the streets. So sometimes when America gets directly involved in conflicts in other nations, they get their fingers burnt. We are not saying, oh, that will happen in Nigeria, but we are saying that America should not unilaterally come into our country. If they are going to launch attacks on bandits, on terrorists in our country, it should be with the collaboration with Nigerian armed forces. That's what I will welcome. For example, if America will go to Timbuktu Triangle now, where we have a fake population of ISWAP, that has been their strong base for years, and we've not been able to flush them out of the place. If they will go to such a place, drop bombs, wipe those boys out, I will be happy. I will be happy to see them work together. The same way they got the support of the Nigerian army when they launched that audacious raid to rescue their citizens who was kidnapped out of cooperation, you know. So, but to unilaterally come to our country, drop bombs. Huh? I don't want to see them come and drop bombs unilaterally on our country. I don't want to see that at all.
Absolutely. Especially with those who are already saying that America is seeking for a base, you know, in somewhere in the Niger Delta, saying that is that where we have the terrorists. You know, people are already coming up with different conspiracy theory that they are not interested in the Christian faith, really, or the Christian people, because if they do, why didn't they give them give some of the Christians who are applying for visa, you know, that visa, you know, make it easy for them to come in. They're also bombing Venezuela. In fact, it was also established that the boats that were bombed, those people, those casualties were fishermen who were fishing, but Trump claimed that they were drug pushers and they're also pushing to enter the United States of America. You know, just as you said, that America usually gets their fingers burnt, but at the end of the day, what they do is to apologize, say, yeah, we are sorry, we made a mistake. But let me quickly take two comments before I ask the last question. Olumide Adeyemi says, Pastor Adeboye is right on the money. Give those service chiefs 90 days or bust. Trump's threats are a wake-up call. We have inherited this mess from Buhari, and fake speeches like all is well aren't helping. Zainab Yusuf says, against this hardline, rushing in with ultimatum ignores poverty, fueling terror since 2008. Trump is meddling. That's a sovereignty violation under UN rules. Remember Sahel ops backfiring, more civilian deaths incoming. I agree with BKO. Tunde Ogunleye says, Adeboye's family tied to Tinubu adds weight, calling out bad advisors, and that misleading IDP return claim is bold. Hawa Mohammed says, challenges galore, identifying sponsors without witch hunts, legally tricky under our Anti-Terror Act, relatable to Borno farmers paying bandits just to survive. Diplomacy with Trump might help, but Russia just talk. And let me take this comment. All right, no significant comments here. So, BKO, Pastor Adeboye said that he almost spoke last month rather, when he had the speech of President Bola Tinubu saying that all is well now, that displaced people have returned to their villages. He said the one who wrote that speech does not like the president. He said somebody wrote it, but it was the president who read it. And he also said there are several people around Tinubu who are not telling him the truth. BKO, do you also believe the narrative that sometimes those who brief Mr. President don't always give him the accurate information?
Of course, we've seen them make mistakes in the past, schoolboy errors, that look at the matter, who knows what he's doing, will not advise the president to pardon drug pushers, just to walk free. And some people sat down and wrote that kind of advice, given to the president, bad advice given to the president. Agreed. Even in bed.
Right, I'm afraid we lost connectivity with Babajide Kolade, who told you, gets a network halava, doing his own thing there. Hopefully he's able to rejoin. I think he's back. Because we lost you. I said we lost a bit of your contribution in just the last part of what you said.
Yes, I said there's nothing that Baba Adeboye said that I disagree with. The service chiefs must be given the marching orders to exterminate the enemies of the Nigerian state. They need to work with a KPI, and if they are unable to deliver, they should be asked to go.
It is really massive to see that Trump is winning many of these congressmen and women to his side. I tell you, the end of this conflict is very close. It is only sad that, we woke up yesterday to see that these terrorists just went to a community, got boys and girls, tied their hands to their bags, and guess what? They bite them. I don't know if you came across those images that you cannot even dare put on a platform like this, because they will not allow it. You need to see how these people were bite Nigerians. When I saw those images, I was like, will I be able to bear this? I mean, young people, they got them in their numbers, tied their hands to their backs and bite them. This one happened yesterday in the morning. Those images were trending. I don't know if you came across them. So guys, that tells you that these terrorists, they really know what they are doing. And it's really sad that we have leaders who are scared to talk, who cannot call what is happening in its right name and term. I mean, people are just silent because they believe they don't want to speak. Now, in case you don't know, the Sharia Council has called for Tinubu to sack Amiputan. That's the new INEC chairman, because he once criticized what is happening in Nigeria, calling it a genocide. So guys, you can see the kind of leaders we have in this country, because that man condemned what is happening in Nigeria, calling, this was even in 2020. Now he cannot talk. Many of these politicians that you see that don't want to talk, they don't want to come out to call a spade a spade. Some of the pastors who are leaders in Nigeria, they cannot speak. speak because they want to protect their, their political career. You've seen someone like what's his name of Anambra State, Soludo, coming to say it is not true, that it is not true because Soludo he wants to become president someday now, sometime, so he has to say what he wants to say because he believes anytime that the presidency will rotate to the south again, it's going to be his turn. Somebody who cannot even offer Anambra any good thing. So guys, that tells you that we are really in trouble in this country. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell notification. Thank you.